Hey, you don't look confident, Bo. You don't look confident when you're doing that. You don't look confident.
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar, sponsored by Chiefs Blitz.com, presented by UnderdogFantasy.com. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athen, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense
He got the winning Super Bowl touchdown.
Okay, got a catch. Anybody could have made that catch.
The Kansas City Chiefs select Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State.
You did it, man. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Guys, y'all got it. Comic. Guys, y'all.
I don't know what the trade details are. Hold on.
Boom.
Boom.
Worthy.
Xavier Worthy.
Isn't that crazy? It's been 11 months since the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and it's gone by so fast.
Oh, it's time to piss straight off. Pull up a picture of 81. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Rashad
Smith.
There it is. The Chiefs have done their perfect draft.
Dre's gone. I don't know where he's gone.
Yo, welcome to the show. It's a Chiefs Blitz night. Breaking down the plays, keeping everything tight. From Mahomes to the defense, we can be the scoop. Real talk, real stats, we the ultimate troop.
That's right, gang. We are back and better than our last show, we hope. It looks like sitting in for Nick Athen will be the Juice Kid. Mango from over the pond. Mango, before we get going here, what's happening over there? All the football games in your region are gone, the live ones. How'd it go?
I mean, do you know what? I mean, anytime there is those games, it's really nice because I get to see a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while, also fans of the sport. So it's been really nice. I mean, I if I had it my way, you know, there'd just be more games here, but I understand the reason why there's not. But yeah, got to get myself over to Kansas City sometime soon, I think.
Are you going to Madrid?
I am not going to Madrid, unfortunately, no.
Also, his birthday is tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, it's good. Hey, the Juice Kid is getting older on me, man. He's getting older. The Juice Kid is getting older. Hey, he's out here taking the world by storm. How you doing today, Coach? How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling, man. I'm active, man. Y'all got me active this morning, man. You know, let's talk about it, man. I'm active. I'm ready to go. I'm active, man. What's up?
You have to explain what is active for Coach Dre.
Active, I'm lit, man. I'm hot. You know how I talk. If it's a hot, basically, it's a hot subject, and I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm lit. Whatever it is, I'm ready. I'm hyped, lit, ready.
So have you got the winter beanie on, or what's happening there with the headgear?
Oh man, you know it's cold on this side, man. You know what I'm saying? It's pushing about 30-something degrees outside. I'm just getting myself pre-warmed up. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, guys, I'm excited. Basically, what it is, Lou. I'm excited because it was a particular subject that was brought to my attention this morning, and I was like, man, let's key in on the stuff. Let's talk about it. Let's educate the people on it, man. I'm all for it. Let's go. Let's talk about it, man.
So what's got you so hype? What do you got?
Well, a little birdie this morning spoke to me this morning and said, "Hey,
was it a little birdie or a little cat?"
Oh, man, wherever it was, man, it was speaking very highly on Dorsey. Speaking very highly on Dorsey, man. And I'm like, well, he did make some contributions to the Kansas City Chiefs players. So,
Coach is referring to John Dorsey, previous GM before Brett Veach took over. He came in with Coach Reed, was one of Coach Reed's guys in Green Bay. So they had kind of a prior relationship. And evidently there was a tweet out there that perhaps he wasn't getting enough love. I don't know. Hence, maybe you could speak to the tweet a little bit more. We're not going to show it just because of some of the language.
Yeah,
language.
What was the gist of the tweet that you saw?
Well, the gist for the tweet I saw, somebody said that Brett Veach is living off somebody else's past, treasure pieces.
Okay.
Basically saying that Dorsey is not getting enough credit for the roster that he left behind that actually went in the Chiefs, Super Bowl things is here as well. So I was like, I just put it in our group chat and said, "Hey guys, do you guys agree or disagree?" Yeah. You know what I mean? So
I think he's gotten proper credit. I don't really know what else can they do, right? I mean, what else? I mean, they can. I don't know if Clark Hunt felt compelled to maybe give him a Super Bowl ring or what they could possibly do, but. And I think one of my responses is that Dorsey's pretty much wherever he's gone, he's an amazing evaluator. Yeah, right. I mean, he is an evaluator of talent. Did it in Green Bay, did it with the Chiefs, did it for the Browns for a short period. He's been called in to consult with different teams. I don't think that's an issue at all. Right. It's the other parts of the general manager job and maybe some of the way he treats other people and how he runs his business. That kind of is always his undoing. And the other thing I had mentioned was that as some coaches are made to be offensive coordinators or defensive coordinators or a line coach or whatever, they try being a head coach and it doesn't work out. Well, maybe John is just he was born to be a scout,
a hell of a scout, a hell of a scout.
You know, maybe one of the best. Now he was trained by some guys in Green Bay, Ted Thompson, Wolf. Actually, Elliot Wolf, his son is now the GM in New England. But Ron Wolf, may he rest in peace. With the Raiders before that, and then with the Pack. So anyway, he has a tree of GMs that are out there that have all done well. But I think John gets the proper credit. I think it all typically when it comes down to the whole thing with Patrick, then I think there it kind of gets glossed over that he actually did have to make the deal with Buffalo. Yeah. And then pull the trigger on.
They said, but what I was reading on, they said that Dorsey scouted Patrick Mahomes, and then it's like they said that who's the GM now? Veach, right? They said Veach made the call.
Show.
Said,
I don't know if you remember, Coach. We've been doing it for like 4 years.
You know I'm a Cardinals fan. Yeah. No, I'm a Cardinals fan. Damn, look, I'm trying to represent the boys well. Yeah,
we talk about him every week.
I don't know because Dorsey was on my mind today. But what happened was they said that Veach pulled the trigger and got Patrick Mahomes. Dorsey scouted, but they said Veach pulled the trigger and
I think it's the other way around. Brett was the one that was Brett was supposedly the one that kept bringing him to the attention of Coach Reed, and obviously Coach Reed's opinion counts a lot in this equation. But ultimately, Dorsey would have had to have engineered the move. So
they said, they scouted. They said Dorsey had them scouted, but to pull the trigger to
who
get
is
that.
They exactly because every story I've ever heard, it was Brett was doing the legwork on Patrick.
Whoever accompanied Dorsey, whoever was around Dorsey, just scouted.
So he was playing. Okay,
yeah. All I'm saying this, Lou, Dorsey wasn't a guy like he didn't pick Patrick Mahomes. He scouted Patrick Mahomes, and then the people around his team around him.
In my opinion, and from what I've heard and pieced together, it was the other way around. I mean, John Dorsey was the guy that made the trade to be able to get Patrick, but it was Brett Veach that was doing his thing. So this has nothing, and I see what you're saying there, Demecchio. I don't think has anything to do with Brett Veach as far as what we're saying here, because Dorsey can get credit outside of whatever the hell Veach. Now, Veach has done it, I think, a very formidable job once he took over. Now, has he had some misses? Sure, everybody does. I mean, I don't think you can go through anybody. Howie Roseman has misses, gang. He took Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson, okay? So he's missed on some as well. So anyway, Brett, great job. John Dorsey, while he was in charge, great job. Behind the scenes, evidently, it wasn't so great, and he had to go. So here we are.
Yeah, and here we are today. So, hey, man, they say John Dorsey was high on Sean Watson. Brett Veach wanted, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
But hey, but
well, needless to say, both guys spent a lot of time with Coach Reed in the draft process.
Everybody, I'm saying Veach pulled the trigger. All I'm saying, when I'm reading on Veach pulled the trigger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
but while I'm saying is this, you know, I mean, like the tweet was out there. He said they won't let you see your vision through, and then some other guy would take credit for your stuff.
Do you agree he took credit? Do you agree that Veach took credit for Dorsey?
I don't know, man. Because Veach, Dorsey has who drafted Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, right?
Tyreek Hill, Marcus Peters.
Yeah.
You got some guys, man.
You know, he got some Patrick Mahomes. You know, because he is the GM. He was the GM, so he had to make the call. So I'll say Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, that's still balling in the lead right now. You know what I mean? It's some other guys as well. Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett. These guys, you know what I mean, that's actually trending in the league.
He may have been gone by then, and I think he was more in a consultative role in Cleveland, but he still does get credit for Baker because at the time, I mean, leading up to the draft, everybody that you listened to or scouts, they were all saying that it was Sam Darnold was their guy. You know, they had Jimmy Haslam sitting with his parents at the pro day or out at USC, and it was just like almost like this done deal. And like, I guess that day that Dorsey just finally was like, he just had a better gut feeling with Baker, and it was a little controversial at the time, actually. So, and it's great to see both guys kind of revive their careers outside of Cleveland. So maybe we know where the problem is there, not with the guy making the picks.
Yeah, man.
Other than that, man, other than that, man, hey, thank God for both of them because we got Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank God they didn't choose the shot. You know what I mean? They chose Patrick Mahomes. You know, they both came to agreement to come with the choose Patrick Mahomes, and thank God for that one because look at where we at now. We won't be having this conversation. We probably still have our bags over our head. You know what I mean? But other than that, man, let's get into the Chiefs update, Lou.
All right, here we go. This is straight from the horse's mouth here. We got him in the flesh. The Juice Kid, Chiefs Blitz, pops. Isaiah Pacheco is the only player who will not practice today, according to Coach Reed, who spoke earlier today, obviously. There you go. First day of practice for the boys. Charles Goodman, Gold Mac, T, NFL, Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes on week 11 versus the Broncos. They're first in the division, and they have a couple of games on us. It's a really good football team. There's no way around it. We're going to have to play our best football, and I don't think we've done that yet. Now, if I could just interject a little personal anecdote here. Last night, one of my friends came up from Pittsburgh. As you all know, huge fan of Trombone Shorty, myself. And it was just really weird that, hey, he was in Erie last night, played a concert. So my friend came up, we went to see Trombone Shorty. But in the intermission, we're just talking about different things and just how impressive Patrick was at the mic from day one. And it just really impressed me. He never was flustered, always said the right things. And the more you think of it, it really hasn't changed much. You know, whenever he does his appearance, he always gives credit to the other team, division game, whatever. I mean, it's always spot on. Some cliche, sure, but that's Patrick at his best right there.
So you're looking for him to come out to
how do you prevent that?
You're looking at him to come out to say, "Hey, F the Broncos, forget what they talking about."
Yeah, you're never gonna get that. No. Because the conversation started that my friend was saying that, you know, he never speaks out really on much of anything outside of his foundation or whatever. We're just talking about Texas Tech and just everything that he's done for that program, but he never really fronts about it, if you would, outside of the fact that, you know, on College Game Day, he just announced the whole thing with the uniform and helping with the design, and his little, you know, his PM logo is on the uniform. So that was the first time him really stepping out. So
All right, go some
Anyway,
more.
I just had to get into my life a little bit there, Coach. So there you go.
There it is.
Hey, the newest addition to the Chiefs Blitz crew, Harold R. Kuntz. Read on Josh Simmons. Says he just wants to see him out at practice, see how he is with football shape, get him back in the swing of things. Reed adds, I'm sure he's going to be okay. Again, Coach Reed saying a lot of words, not really telling us a thing.
Speaking of Mr. Coops,
Is he starting, Coach? Is he going to start this week? We'll see
I
how
hope,
it goes.
I
We'll see
hope
how he
so,
looks.
man.
They
I
need
hope
to.
so. I hope
we need
so,
y'all.
man.
We like I said yesterday on Monday's show, put them at running back, put them everywhere. Because hey, that interception return.
Do you guys remember last year? I don't know if it was a Monday night or Sunday night football where Jameis lit up this Denver Bronco defense, and they were going back and forth throwing haymakers, and he was. I mean, that was an epic game. It was in Denver. I was just because they had just announced that Jameis is starting for the Giants earlier today, and they showed this highlight of him against the Broncos. I remember that game. They scored like, I don't know, the Browns scored over 35 points. So this defense can be had. You just got to, protect them and take.
You gotta just
shots.
let it fly. You just gotta just let it fly, man.
Yep.
I do have two quick things to mention, if that's all right, boys.
Go ahead.
Just a bit of information that I found out. Josh was working out whilst he was away dealing with the family incident, and he's used this last week as a like a ramp up period. So I think the expectation is that he will play against Denver, which is obviously good. But it's not the end of the world if Jalen Moore has to start, but signs point to Simmons starting the game. And then just from Adam Schefter right now, bit of Denver Broncos news. They are signing wide receiver Lil Jordan Humphrey off the Giants practice squad, and he is expected to play against the Chiefs on Sunday.
Yeah, well, he's had a long relationship with Sean Payton going back to New Orleans. He had been with Denver previously, left, I think, via free agency, and so he's back with Denver. He's a big dude. I mean, they call him Lil Jordan, but he is a big target wide receiver.
If he can get the ball, can Bo Nix deliver? That's what it is. If he can deliver the damn ball to him, then it's a different ball game.
And speaking of our news that announced yesterday, go ahead, Luke. Introduce our guy.
All right. So as I mentioned earlier, the latest addition to the Chiefs Blitz team, Harold R. Kuntz. We are definitely going to have to clean up our act here. This guy, I mean, just all the accolades, highly respected journalist with an impressive background, award-winning, Emmy-nominated journalist. Who are we? Sports anchor, reporter for Fox 4 Kansas City. Yes, that Fox, covering the Chiefs' most successful era. President of the Kansas City Association of Black Journalists. Adjunct professor. This guy's a damn teacher. Maybe he can teach us some things at Avila University. Masters in broadcast and digital journalism from the prestigious Newhouse School of Syracuse University. Anybody, just about all the top guys on TV that do like play-by-play went to that school. And then also our own Kansas City's own Nick Wright, also a graduate of that program. But like Bob Costas back in the day, Ian Eagle, I think Noah Eagle, they both went there. I mean, you go through, it's a who's who. Mike Tirico. So yeah, that's no small feat. That's no small feat coming out of that group.
Let me go ahead and jot that down.
But hey, man, we want to welcome on board, man. Hey, it's a lot. Hey, he said he's looking forward to for Fractured Cap. Last time I spoke to him, he wanted to jump on to see what that. He liked that the segment with there as well. So hey, we got big announcements coming here with Chiefs Blitz. Hey, Mango has been in the background handling a lot of digital stuff for us. Lou is coming up with the games, and Drake with his antics. Hey, we just added more on for you guys to love. You know what I mean? We more to to the show for you guys to love.
I'm the thriller in the Manila when it comes to this show, man. I bring the boom, bass, bam when it comes to this show.
Hands and feet.
That's right.
Hands
we get nasty on this side of the park, goddammit. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta bring the spark, gotta bring the juice, baby. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to you, Mango. I'm just saying, boy, you gotta bring some potent juice in this bag.
Be nasty. Sure.
That's right. That part.
So with that said, we got Chiefs Who today and who's in the lead before we kick off.
That's right. It's time for the greatest segment on YouTube. check the stats. I don't know where they put those stats, but check them anyway. You'll see where Chief Who ranks.
And that's birthday boy on the 1 and 2s right there. You hear that
scoreboard. The scoreboard. Demecchio with 2 correct answers. John Harrison with 2 correct answers. Weston, Kareem, and Sam also with 1 apiece. So we got a little bit of participation this season. Chief Who was off last week, as the Chiefs were. So we had a little bit of a bye, coming back strong for this week. For those of you that are new to the game, I will read a series of concocted clues about a current coach, a current Kansas City Chief, and you guys can weigh in on who you think it is. So without further ado, here we go. Clue number 1. This Chief lettered in football, basketball, and track in high school. Some of you may say, Lou, I think they all have. I don't care. That's the first clue. Clue number 2. In this day of transfers, NIL, extra years added on, this Chief went to one school and was there for 4 years. So he's a little bit of an outlier. That's clue number 2. Clue number 3. In his junior year, he was second team all-conference. He was second team all-conference in a Power 4 conference. So I'll give you that much as well. Clue number 4. This Chief had a forced fumble recently. Yes, Ken, Kareem, MIA again. This would have been his kind of clue here. And then the bonus clue, since we don't have any guesses yet, he kind of lives by the mantra, no one cares, work harder, which I would think anybody that's a great athlete or competitor or just anybody in anything that they want to be successful at, no one cares, work harder. So there are your clues, folks. Anytime you can chime in.
You want to give him one more chance? Because I think
I'll read them again real quick. Okay, so this Chief lettered in football, basketball, and track. He went to one school, 4 years only. Junior year, he was second team all conference. It was a Power 4. Had a forced fumble recently and lives by the mantra, no one cares, work harder. So Demecchio comes in. Is it Drew Trank? It is not Drew Tranquil.
Can I go?
And so we let the fans, chime in. I know it's going slow, but let's give it a second. And St. Clair comes in with Shamari Connor. Not bad, Ken. Not bad at all. It is not Shamari Connor.
Oh,
Mango with the groan. Maybe we took his guess.
no.
Or Ken did at least.
Is Demetrio in the right ballpark?
Okay, so for the guys in the chat, going once, going twice, Ken with the expletive. We hear you, Ken. Remember, these are 3-pointers, no layups. Going thrice. Okay, let's go to the esteemed panel. Hense playing the role of Nick today and saying, I know.
I was about to say it.
And then he never knows. He doesn't even come close. So Hense, who do you got?
I heard a little echo. But I had to go Patrick Mahomes to tackle the turn the tie. I had to go Patrick Mahomes. That's
really cool. That's really good. I think who was it? Nick Wright deemed it. I got you. But no, it's not Patrick. Mango, what you got?
Is it Nick Bolton?
It is not Nick Bolton.
Oh,
Coach, save us. Save us, Coach.
I got Cook.
You got Brian Cook. It is not Brian Cook. So this Chief, as I mentioned,
You didn't get it right. You get the guys in the chat. One more chat.
I don't know what else to, that's all I gave a fifth clue. Usually there's only 4. I gave kind of a shadow clue about Kareem earlier. That actually was part of a clue. So, all right, without further ado, this week's Chief, who is none other, everybody's been calling for him, Oregon's own, or actually Utah's own, by way of the Oregon Ducks, Jeffrey Bassa, number 31. There you have. So yeah, versus Washington, he had the forced fumble. Yeah, so that's it. Number 31. This week's Chief Who, Jeffrey Bassa. And as always, brought to you by our friends at Underdog Fantasy Sports. I think we missed them at the beginning of the show. I kind of took over there and we glossed over that. But anyway, football is back. You can go ahead and sign up for Underdog. Use the QR code there. Use the promo code at Chiefs Blitz. $5 bet or $5 selection, if you would. You get up to 1,000 times your money. Bonus bets available. So check the app. It's easy to sign up. Play your favorites. You can control the higher or lower numbers. The odds will change accordingly, and you'll see that right in the app. Very simple. Big game. A lot of big games this week in the NFL. I mean, you look at that slate and, the Rams against Seattle, Detroit and Philadelphia. Hell, our own Kansas City Chiefs traveled a Mile High Stadium. I think we'll be talking about that game a little bit. So go ahead. Play now, play often.
Let's get right into the back end of the show. I don't know what to call it.
Who is that guy? Look at that.
Patrick Mahomes. That's a dope graphic. Thanks, Mango. Shout out to 88K. Hey, that deserves to be in the frame somewhere. But let's give go ahead, Luke. Then we're gonna go from Luke all down to Coach all down to the end. So we're gonna go the opposite, going the other way.
All right. So does this Chiefs team still have a Super Bowl ceiling? Or did the 5-4 start permanently drop them to contender, but not favorite status?
Come on, Coach.
A lot going on there.
It was on me. I thought, okay, it was on me. Hell yeah, it dropped them. Shit, it did. It dropped them, man. Are they contenders? Yes, they are still contenders, man. But hell, let's face it, it dropped them. Like I said, the AFC is tough. The AFC is tough, and they're not favorable right now. You know what I'm saying? Because when you lose to the Buffalo Bills, to me that would have been a statement game. That would have been a statement game for the Kansas City Chiefs, and they lost. So it's like, they right there. They still contenders, but favorable? No, because that was a game right there to really put the Chiefs back on their horse of their most dynamic, dominant team. Yeah, it threw them off, man. You know what I'm saying? So
expand on that, Coach. If they'd have won that Buffalo game, how would you look at them differently?
If they would have won the Buffalo game, you would have seen all the pieces coming together. You would have seen the Chiefs at full strength. It would have been a different type of fear. It would have been a different type of fear because now the Chiefs beat them, and usually Buffalo are known for beating Kansas City in the regular season, right? So they would have did that and beat them. I said, oh shit, Chiefs beat Buffalo in the regular season. Oh, this Chiefs team is dangerous. Oh, this is a different Chiefs team. So by them not doing that, it's kind of put them back in the same boat. And plus, Chiefs were still trying to get their momentum back, though, Lou. So when they lost that game against Buffalo, it kind of like, okay, the Chiefs is regular. Chiefs still trying to figure some things out. So, yeah.
All right. Bring the juice.
I mean, I think they absolutely do still have that Super Bowl ceiling. I mean, especially AFC-wise. I mean, you look at the likes of the Patriots and the Colts. Who have they played so far? I don't think they've really played, anyone of, that can really test them so far. Really. I think I was quite impressed with the Patriots win over the Buccaneers, to be fair. But I mean, I think, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this team just finds a way year after year to, just getting it into the conversation is the first part, and they typically don't have any issues with doing that. And once they're in, I mean, you're just wishing that they're not there. I mean, we all saw what happened in the Super Bowl against the Eagles last year. I just don't have the fears that I would last year. And with the start we've had, I think, whereas we won a lot of the one-score games last year, we haven't this year. I think if you insert, let's say, we had Rashee Rice in those situations, I think it would be a very different picture. And, the team's really healthy right now, coming off a bye. I think if the Chiefs can win the Denver and Colts game, I think we win out. So I have no fears or concerns about the Chiefs being the Super Bowl ceiling team right now.
I'm with my boy Mango, aka the Juice Kid. Hey, I think the ceiling is still there. I think the roof is still there. I think they ain't even been blown off. Because one man that we had on the image of the show, man, is that man Patrick Mahomes. As long as you have that man in uniform, as long as you still have him still out here ready to ball out and still leading his team, I know it looks bad. They 5-4 right now. The playoffs start, they'll be out of it. You know what I mean? They won't be in favorite status no more. But I think the ceiling is still there because we all can say, like somebody put in the chat, we were talking about Brett Veach and John Dorsey. Like, Brett Veach on his drafted guys only been in the Super Bowl. So all these guys know it is the Super Bowl, right? Some of these young guys on this team, all they know is they ceiling is the Super Bowl. They don't know that to be on the road, to be out of the playoffs, not be favored, not in favorite status. We were going to see when they come out to play the Broncos, where they're going to come off the bye week and then we come off the bye. Other than that, man, I feel like the ceiling is still there for the Kansas City Chiefs because you still have, I know everybody rebuilt their teams, but you still have the best player that's in the game that's left besides Tom Brady when he left and Patrick Mahomes. So I think the ceiling is still there.
If I would have told you before the season, the 3 AFC wildcard teams are going to be Kansas City, Buffalo, and Baltimore, what would the reaction have been?
Oh, hell no. You must be smoking, Luke. You must be on the pipe. You must have had too much brown cans. You must be drinking Chemos out of the liquor store. 40 water, whatever one you be drinking up. Right. I said, Luke got to be on something. So, hey, that's what I'll probably say.
Right. So they're sitting there at 5-4. And I think that's kind of the thing that kind of, everybody's kind of like hesitant and whatever. And then obviously you watch them play the game against Buffalo where it didn't seem like there was really a set, like a plan, like a true game plan offensively. It was just a bunch of disparate plays, and that's where they get in trouble. And the offensive line wasn't so good. This team isn't going anywhere. But again, to Mango's point, he was talking about the AFC. And it's not so much that those teams haven't played anybody. It's like in a playoff game, are you telling me you're going to trust, all due respect to Indiana Jones, that he's played much better than anybody's expected, but you get into a playoff game, are you going to trust him to win that game wherever they play? Are you going to trust Drake May, second-year player that's just kind of coming on right now, the whole team? This is like house money right now. Nobody saw this coming. Maybe, we had him in the back end of the playoffs. Vrabel gets it turned around, just a whole, culture thing, and they get going in the right direction. May plays just a little bit better than he did last year. Here we are, and they arguably are going to be the 1 seed. The North is a mess. The West, we'll see, because the Chiefs still have to play the 2 teams ahead of them a couple of times. So absolutely, they're right there. I mean, quite frankly, they're 5-4, but it's not as bad as that looks, if you can kind of picture that in your head. Because when push comes to shove in those big games, who are you going to take? And now to Hense's point, all these guys on the team, most of them, they don't know anything else. This is what they do. This is, hey, it's November. It's nut cutting time, man. This is where we get rolling and get ready for the playoffs and make a run. So, and if you really look at things like the betting markets or whatever, the Chiefs are still the favorite team to win the Super Bowl at 5-4, out of the playoffs on November 12th right now. So yeah, you gotta absolutely say it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. You got to let it play out here. It might look ugly at times, but eventually when they get to, the games that count, it's, there's Chiefs is still the Chiefs.
All right. So let's go into the Chiefs are coming off the bye week loop.
All right. So is Andy Reid's post-bye week record 22-4 still a sure thing? 4 times it wasn't. Or is the 5-4 slump too much for 1 week of rest to fix? Coach.
This question is crazy. Nah, I believe it ain't, man. I believe like the Chiefs been 5-4. I think the Chiefs can come out of this, man, because like they playing a Division 4, which they do know. They know their tendencies and whatnot. So I don't think this would be a hard game for Andy Reid to have a bounce back game. You know what I'm saying? To come out the bye week, because let's face it, guys. Bo Nix hasn't really been playing up to par right now, man. He's so goddamn inconsistent, right? And think about this: they played against the Raiders, man. The Chiefs is night and day better than the Raiders on defensively on the side of the ball. So I feel like, man, this is. I honestly though, the Chiefs put it together. The Chiefs easily beat Denver, man, because the way that offense looks, for real, the way it looks, he's got it in the bag. So, with that being said, easy fix, man.
I mean, I have to agree with Dre there. I mean, this is going to sound stupid because we said it before, Buffalo, and I'm going to take the risk and say it again, but with the amount of injuries that the Broncos have on their defense, if the Chiefs' offense cannot take advantage of that, then there's going to be a couple of questions. But I think there's the game plan's been there for a while. I mean, handle the game in the first 3 quarters, and the Broncos can't do anything about it. They just seem to be a bit of a fourth quarter team at the minute. So if the team just plays consistently well on both sides of the balls and gets like a nice early lead, I'd feel pretty confident about Andy Reid keeping his record off the bye and making it go 23-4.
Yeah, I think I'm with Coach, man. I don't think it'd be too much to fix, and I'm with Mango as well. Looking at the Broncos, the fourth quarter comebacks, it kind of looked like the Chiefs last year, but again, I feel like Andy Reid coming off the bye, getting this team ready, and not even Andy Reid, Spags as well, having a chance to lock in, look all the way at the game films on the rest of the main opponents they got coming up as well. I think that this team can actually turn this around. I don't think it'd be too much, in 1 week that they can get fixed, because they showed they can do it before. If you kind of look back at it, they was at this point before, and since Andy Reid was here, they was at this point before, and they came on a 9-win win streak, and I feel like they can do this as well. I feel like they can turn this around, man. They got to. If they don't, then it's gonna be questions in the air. It's gonna be questions why you didn't make this move, why you didn't make that move, or it's gonna get real ugly around here in the kingdom. Some people probably gonna be just running in there like they burnt toast, right? They don't know you just gotta take the knife and scrape the burnt part off. And fans is gonna be going crazy. Everybody gonna be going crazy, blaming everybody, pointing fingers here and there. So I feel like they gotta come off this slump and turn it around.
Yeah, I mean, not just Coach Reid off a bye. I think that what lifetime is Patrick, I don't know, what is it, like 13-1 against the Broncos? I mean, he really has that type of record against every AFC West team. So but it comes up. I mean, he's definitely has owned that division. The Chiefs have owned that division. So again, that first game against the Chargers is kind of like is looming out there. Like, oh, geez, they lost to the Chargers first game, and so. Again, I've said it many times, and I'll keep repeating it, and people are going to get sick of hearing it. If the Chiefs play their game, I don't know how many teams you can say this about currently, but if the Chiefs play their game, they can beat anyone, anywhere. So, and I'm not saying they have to play above their heads. I'm not saying they have to play completely error-free. As long as they come out, play their game, they're going to win. So coach talked to it. I mean, Bo Nix, for the big comebacks that he's had, he's also looked equally as just lost early in games, wild high, wrong, just mix up with checks and all these different things. And you wonder what, and then people kind of bitch about Sean Payton yelling at him. He should yell at him, right? I mean, we've been doing this as his second year in the scheme, in the offense, and we do this and that. Yeah, so he's going to bark at him. Bo barks back, and they have their nice little tete-a-tete, whatever. But the bottom line is, if they can block them up, the only way the Chiefs lose this game is if, like, Benito, Zach Allen, and the pass rush as a whole just kind of takes over the game. Because, again, it doesn't have to be completely clean, 100%. If they give Patrick a fighting chance, they'll come out and they'll do what they do, and they'll end up winning.
I'm gonna piggyback off of what you just said. If you look at the way Bo Nix don't play, they play so inconsistent on offense, man, and the Chiefs gonna take advantage of that. Every time they have an inconsistent 3-and-outs, man, Chiefs gonna take advantage of that, man, because you don't see a lot of 3-and-outs.
I'd like to think so, yeah.
So I'm like, it should be an easy win for the Kansas City.
Right, because they've really struggled scoring points.
Exactly.
I mean, they 10 at home against the Raiders, 18. Now Houston's got a great defense, no question. But CJ Stroud goes out in that game. Davis Mills comes in cold, and they still it came down to a kick at the end of the game. So they really they looked really good in the fourth quarter against the Giants. But let's not forget, the New York Giants in Denver had them on the ropes going into the fourth quarter and in the fourth quarter. So, it's not, now again, because of the fact they're 8-2, it just looks like this big deal.
Right.
But to me, now that said, they are going to play 100 times better than they did against the Raiders. Trust me, all that I said about Bo Nix and whatever, I don't think he's going to come out and start throwing lasers and they're hitting everything down the field, but he is going to play so much better. I still think it'll be a fairly close game, but the Chiefs, with their experience, their playmakers, they will get this done, I believe.
So let's get to the next question. After the bye week, can people start asking the question, Luke?
Oh God, here we go. So did Nepo baby Brett Veach gamble and lose? I'm joking, folks. Please. Did Brett Veach gamble and lose by standing pat? Is that a pun? At the trade deadline, or will the current roster prove him right post bye?
What kind of question is this, bro? Like, what you mean, like, gamble? So, are you saying they're using Pat for bait?
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. And then,
Pat, like he kept the hand that was dealt. He didn't discard.
Like gamble away. It's like gambling words.
I just thought like standing Pat Mahomes because it was Beach and
I know where you was going, Lou.
Hey, Luke, go first, Luke, because I'm trying to break this question down. Luke, go first, Lou.
Well, I guess the assumption is that he didn't try to make any moves. I mean, it just didn't work out. I mean, that's the thing that I see, and you see like then stories break afterwards. Well, they were actually trying to trade for this guy, whether it was Boye Mafe or Breece Hall, and who knows? Maybe they did make an initial pitch for Quinnen Williams, but I doubt that just because of the cost in terms of money, not so much the compensation. But even those, I don't think he feels like his philosophy that trading premium picks is the way to build the team. So as far as that goes, you would have to assume that he really didn't try as hard as he possibly could. And if that's the case, then you could just say, hey, we believe in the guys we got. We got the 4 Super Bowl or however many Super Bowls it's been now. I forget, with basically this team. So no, I don't, I'm not going to put it on him. They did apparently try to make some moves. the price tags went high that day just because of the previous deals that were made. It looked like, in terms of what the Jets were getting, whatever they wanted, and then some from teams. So why not ask for whatever you can from anybody? But anyway, no, I'm not going to put this on him. And I do believe they still have the roster to get it done.
Okay, I got you. Honestly, man, yeah, they got the roster. And I've been banging on the drums for the last couple weeks about this situation. The Chiefs is fine. They fine. They're just coaching. The Chiefs is fine. You know, the running back they got, Kareem Hunt, look good on third downs and whatnot. You still got Smith in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for his opportunities, man. And like I said, Pollard a little banged up right now, but the Chiefs is fine. You got Clyde Edwards-Helaire back there. You know what I'm saying? You got the MVP of running backs back there. You know what I'm saying? You got the guy that was with Joe Burrow in the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about none of that. You know, that's what I'm saying. So if you look at it right now, and the receiving core is legit, is elite. The tight ends is elite. The tackles, hey, Mango, shout out to you, Mango. Your boy Simmons is back. Elite. You know what I'm saying? Your boy Juwan Taylor, Bo, elite. They playing good right now. So I feel like the Chiefs is fine.
You mess with
wait a second. Hold on. Time. I'm calling it 20 here. give me this timeout. There was so much snark and it didn't seem very genuine, Coach. I mean, it really seems like there was sarcasm, because typically you come on and tell us where all the problems are, but now it's like, oh, that's gone, they're fine, everything's good.
Did I say that? That's crazy.
So, yeah, and then he'll come back and say they should have made some moves.
I was really scratching at it. I was like, hey, bro, that boy his fundamentals is off.
I think he was messing with us a little bit there. That's just the way I see it, but I could be wrong.
The Cardinals have broken Dre.
That's a whole other deal I'm dealing with on that
whatever's
side.
Whatever's in that cup is broken, Dre.
hey, it's all love, Lou. I'm showing love where love needs to be.
What you had to say, Mango?
I mean, I'm just gonna piggyback because it was a really good point. But the guys are there to get it done. My only concern is that we maybe don't see an improvement in the defensive line. I think you need your guys like Chris Jones to really step up. He's really been invisible this year, which is unfortunate.
Invisible man. Huh?
Most likely an age thing, you'd have to suspect.
I'm gonna use that.
you need him to step up. I've been relatively impressed with what Karlaftis has done, but you could always do a bit more. But I don't know where. My biggest concern this year has always been the defensive line, and I would have I think that's the case for most people, and I think I would have rather have seen an addition to there instead of the running back room, because I know we shit on Pacheco a lot, but he gets the job done when he's healthy. He does enough right now, and we can work with that rotation and reassess it in the off season, but. I don't think it was a gamble, because he's obviously tried to bring some D-line reinforcements in, and it sounded like that the Seattle trade was going to happen, and then they kind of pulled out at the last minute. So,
if you look at their defensive line, I mean, Hense has been saying it since the preseason, but it's kind of come to fruition as the games are being played.
Absolutely.
And that's the other thing with Spat. I mean, it's great that he can dial up these pressures, but if he could at any point get pressure with four guys, now the coverages that he plays and kind of the different things that he can do in the back end would be so much more than just leaving those guys back there.
Y'all see that comment?
Because you're sending extra guys on the blitz. So yeah.
Hey Lou, y'all see that comment, man? Hey Ken, thank you, Ken.
Which one?
He said, I think Amanahu has more sacks than Chris Jones.
Well, that's probably empirically correct, right? He doesn't have the sack numbers. He has. He's made some plays. It's just that we have the expectation that's so high, and the fact that okay, now all of a sudden his wallet is so much fatter. You expect all of a sudden now his numbers are going to go up, and you say the same thing about George. Well, we paid him. He's still the same guy, right? Chris Jones got a little bit older, maybe, so he's picking his spots a little bit more. So I would not be surprised again as the games become fewer and fewer, and we do get to the playoffs, that Chris's game also starts to ratchet up. So
I'll say he did take a gamble. He took a gamble. You put everything on Pat and say Pat is going to get it done. I'm going to stay to Pat. I'm going to put it on Pat. I say he gambled. Half them picks. Forget them. Half of it don't turn out very well anyway. Half of the picks that you got now ain't even playing right now. Bowser should be playing over Drew Tranquillo. He's on the bench.
Chief who?
Yeah, he's a Chiefs who. You know what I mean? He should be playing right now. I say he took a gamble saying that, hey, these guys, you know what I mean? Like I said, you got to look what the Eagles did, and then you got to look at what everybody else is doing. Your competitors out there is banging the drum, say, hey, there's too much salt in the soup. The chef said, it's my taste. I'm going to put more salt in there. I don't care what it is. But you know what I mean? Hey, he's going to find a good chef is going to find ways to get the recipe done. Dallas went out there and said, hey, we got a problem on our defense. They went to go get Quentin Williams. Hey, the coach said, we got a problem in our secondary. We're going to go get Sauce Gardner. Hey, the Chiefs had a problem in the backfield running back room, and they said, hey, we got Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He just wearing a different number. But again, I'm just saying, man, hey, he just got to come out here and get it done. I feel like they just stood pat. Now, we're going to see when they come off the bye week what actually happens. Then we actually going to be looking at it.
That was the result, Hense.
Right.
That was the result. But I think, by all due accounts, that he was in on Breece Hall.
Yeah.
It's just that the Jets, again, and is exactly what they should have done. I think everybody is overpaying for your guys. Yeah, I'll ask for more, right? Especially you just pulled off two pretty almost heists, right? In terms of draft capital and like moving a lot of money off your books. We're down to a running back. I mean, I don't know. Is he going to help us win a Super Bowl? By the time we're good, he's gone. So, hey, yeah, give us a second and a fourth, or give us this and that. And the Chiefs are like, we're not doing that. So, and
I know. Yeah, as you know, me look outside looking in.
Didn't Jalen Phillips look like the missing piece for the Eagles?
Right.
The other
man, I was like, oh,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying your boy over there, who's your boy for the Eagles, Luke, who's your boy for the Eagles?
Howie Roseman.
He said, I made a cake, and they said too many eggs. He said, so what? Do it still taste good? He's still adding ingredients to the kitchen. And we don't want to say, hey, we got the finest. We got the, you know, when you go over your grandma's house, right? And you got the Chinaware that's in the China cabinet that you can't touch. You know what I mean? You can't touch that just on holidays. And that's what Patrick Mahomes is right now. Hey, we got Patrick Mahomes in the China cabinet. So we got that on the back end. So, but if I'm a GM, I'm going to go around
you know what you need. You need 4 old-time grandmas blocking for him, because nobody's getting in that cabinet, right? I mean, ain't nobody getting in there if grandma's.
Hey, but you know what, guys? With that being said, stacking on ingredients, whatnot. What the Chief did get Breece Hall? Does that fix anything on the other side of the ball? They still gonna be lack of production on the other side. So I'm glad they didn't go.
Here's the thing. I think the thing it does is, in terms, if they're daring you to run like the Bills did. So they're playing light boxes, and you have a running back that really sees it well against the light box. You're going to be able to extend drives. You're getting 5, 6, 7 yards a pop. Now, all of a sudden, they got to drop that safety in, and now your passing game gets better. So, and that in turn, if you're scoring more points, you've got the ball more, that helps your defense because they're not on the field as much. And that's what I was saying when I came to it and said, okay, what are they going to do? Let's say they get an interior defensive lineman. That's great if you can do it. but I think getting the running back would make a bigger impact on the entire team in this particular case. And that's why I thought that the running back with vision, some escapability, and then the speed to take it the distance, and a good pass catcher would kind of fit the bill. And that's kind of what I'm looking for in Brashard Smith. They just don't see it that way. Maybe since we now have gotten to the bye, they did their self-scout. Maybe they see, hey, we got to just give this kid a chance to see what he can do on a more consistent basis.
We all hoping.
And not just 5 or 6 snaps.
Yeah.
We all hoping for that. Let me get to the last question. Luke, then we can move
All
on.
right. So after this, hey, look at that. After the self-scout, where does oh my God. Let's not use words like blame. Whose fault is it? Okay, so where does the blame truly lie for the 5-4 record? Coaching / scheme or personnel / roster gaps?
Well, that's an interesting.
We got to find the culprit, man.
Man, we
Hold
got
his
to
feet
find.
to the
All right,
fire.
come on, Sherlock Holmes. Let's loose, Mr. Sherlock. I'm gonna say, man, if you look at it, that's a tough one because I'm not pointing the finger at certain individuals, man, because everybody had a hand in this 5-4 record,
Yep.
so it ain't just one particular person. And so I'm at to go. I mean, if you really want to go to coaching, man. You know, you coach them up. You got to coach them up well. You know, and again, my guy's Chris Jones, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you look at him, if I want to identify somebody right now, I mean, we used to seeing Chris Jones dominate. You know what I'm saying? Like really seeing him really get after it, and he hasn't been doing it. I'm not saying that Chris Jones is the focal point. And I'm saying he's the problem, but if I want to pick out somebody, it would be Chris Jones. But other than that, the whole team has something to do with this 5-4 record, man. So it ain't just on Jones. So I'm about to go with coaching.
I mean, I agree with Dre. I think it's well spread throughout the team. You look at certain points, you know, if Chris Jones doesn't do what Chris Jones does against the Chargers in Brazil, we potentially stop Justin Herbert there. If the ball doesn't bounce off Kelsey in an interception, if Hollywood Brown gets his head around quick enough and catches the ball in Jacksonville, I think there's a multitude of things, and I think it's really coming from everywhere, you know. And I think the coaching staff certainly at times as well. Some of the play calls maybe haven't been there that should have been there. So I think it if you want to label it as blame, but I think it really hangs on the entire organization. Really, I think everyone needs to do better going forward this year.
Right.
I just say,
wait. Hence, you need to go last on this one. I got a feeling you're gonna be on one. So
he said,
you win as a team, you lose as a team. That the team includes coaching, scheme, everything. I mean, everything has to be evaluated. All those different plays that Mango talked about. You know, again, you're winning 1-score games. That covers up a lot of the mistakes, right? Because they weren't playing perfect last year, but that does cover a lot of the mistakes. Now you're losing 1-score games. Well, whose fault is it? Well, who? It's this guy. It's that guy. I think everybody had a hand, right? So everybody's got to do better. Catch those passes when they come to you. Make those blocks when you sack the quarterback when you have the opportunity. When a play comes your way, whatever Patrick says, you make that play. So hence, you tell us whose fault it is. Damn it.
I'm trying to tell you what fault it is. I'm saying it's the personnel. It's the personnel. You see Thornton out there outdoing Hollywood. He's outdoing all the other wide receivers, and you put him down to 5th wide receiver, right? Then you see Bosa out there that in college that he can show that he can cover tight ends. He showed it all in college. One of the best covering linebackers coming out. He don't see a snap on a defense when you get beat by tight ends. Also, Nile Williams out there is doing great as well. And you don't see, okay, we're going to play him there. We're going to play him there. And also, loose guy, Brashard Smith, when he touched the ball, he looks like a threat. The speed is there. The threat is there. You know what I mean? It's just the personnel packages for me that is getting messed up, right? Okay, Hollywood Brown. Everybody know Hollywood Brown is probably ain't going to be a Chief next year. He's on a 1-year deal. So if you got Thornton coming out here as younger, faster, taller, showing that he's doing physical athletic, catches out there, taking the balls out of there, snatching the balls out of behind defender's head, and he's not getting more snaps than Hollywood Brown. He's not getting more snaps than Juju. I have to say, man, it got to be the personnel. It got to be the personnel with this team. That's why the 5-4 record is there. You know what I mean? You go out here and put the same guys out here. You couldn't put the other guys out there and give other guys chances. You draft them for a reason. Put them out there. I want to see Bosa out there. I want to see him out there covering. Maybe they come out the bye week and they change their personnel and say, hey, these are the guys that been, raising, been out here gaining, and they've been out here playing ball. Thornton, we're going to give you more snaps over Hollywood. Bosa, we're going to give you a chance. Nall Williams, we're going to give you a chance as well. So I have to say personnel, man, for me, when it's all said and done, man.
Do you think maybe this is their way to avoid the rookies hitting the rookie wall?
You got to hit that wall somehow.
We're not gonna wear these guys out the first half of the year and then just have them shit the bed at that point. So now we're gonna bring them along slower, and I can include Thornton in that because he's really never had a chance to play consistently anywhere he's been. New England, I mean, that was just a mess with Belichick at the end there. But so I'm including Thornton in this.
Now Thornton will thrive in that.
So do we then have to maybe put the microscope on Patrick a little bit too, because I think ultimately he does have a say on who the wide receiver group is. I don't think he's going in there saying this guy doesn't play, but I really trust this guy, and this guy.
Not to cut you off. I kind of feel a certain way, man. I was going to purchase the Everybody Eat shirt. Shout out to Mango's guy. I was. But it's one guy off there. I'm like, where's Thornton? Where's Thornton on the shirt?
He's not on the shirt.
You got
that damn shirt there.
You got Hollywood Brown. You got this person, that person. Thornton been out there eating.
Hold on.
So is this the same guy that was trying to lift Dorsey up? Is he the guy that made the shirt?
I'm out.
No.
I'm out.
There is a second everybody got to eat shirt, and it has Jalen Royals, Thornton, Remigio, the whole wide receiver groups on it. If you want to get that one,
yes.
Boy, Mango, who been a problem in that shirt? I said, what the hell is Thornton at? That's all. Not like that.
Yeah. So www.citymade.co, you can get your shirts.
Get your shirt there.
So if they truly did a self-scout, I think they'll see maybe a little regression in Hollywood's game.
Mm-hmm.
I think if Xavier was healthy, and I'm not saying that they're all of a sudden he's going to get a bunch more targets, but I think if he was a little bit more the focal point, I'm not saying you're taking a bunch away from Rasheed either. Maybe I am. But if he was the guy that they were really targeting. Now, again, it may be just his health. They don't want him to get beat up too much because, again, it looks like he's a little off and he's not competing for those 50-50 balls or whatever. At least he didn't against Buffalo. He just didn't look right. But if this offense is to really take off the way we think it is, if Xavier is challenging down the field and we hit a couple of those, it's going to make life so much easier. Mm-hmm. So all due respect to Rasheed, and he does a great job and whatever, and they want to if they're getting the ball out quick, that's awesome because hey, he can take those 5-yarders and go as far as you need him to. But I'd like to see in the second half a little bit more Xavier getting his hands on the ball down the field.
I want to see Thornton really. I want to see them really trust.
I'm gonna get that shirt, Mango.
Because Hollywood's been a good route runner, guys. His explosiveness is not really. He's starting to decline to me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Contesting catches, I don't trust him in those situations.
Thornton got a little erratic.
No, he got.
He's made some play. I mean, he's made.
He made some catches, but
some of the critical ones, like against Buffalo, where the ball comes. I mean, he's right there. The ball's there. It wasn't quite as bad as D-Hop in the Super Bowl, but hell, if he catches that, there's green in front of him.
To me, real quick, the way Thornton caught that pass against the Giants, contested catches, man, and the way his ball, hand ball, eye coordination is on the next level, man, and the speed. I feel like he just needs more of the opportunity because I believe he can be a starter for the Kansas City.
A lot of people around the league was upset when his snaps went down. Shannon Sharp, Ocho Cinco, Terrell Owens. A lot of guys was upset that what are y'all doing? You know what I mean? Now I will ask you guys this question before we close out. If you Andy Reid and Spags and you coming off this bye week and you had time to deflect and look in the mirror, would you consider going with the high hand? Whoever the high hand is, I don't care what the name say on the back of your jersey. Whoever the high hand is, that's the guy we're going to rock with.
Who's the high hand?
I'm just saying, if a guy just starts showing, after the bye week, a guy just starts showing his hot hand.
Ultimately, it comes down to number 15 because he tends to, he'll find that hot hand, and it's usually either 4 or 87, right? No question about it. But if he were to advocate for Thornton to get more snaps, or to even just, hey, I need him in those positions where Hollywood's dropping it or not finding it, I want 80 in there. 80's going to be in there. And it's about any player, really. If he said, hey, I'm good with Burchard, let's get him more involved, in the passing game. Let's get him more involved, give him an entire series, not put him in 2 plays, jerk him out, 1 play, jerk him out, all this stuff. But I think ultimately to answer your question is I think Patrick has a lot of that say that if he advocates for somebody to get on the field more, they'll get on the field more.
So basically saying Patrick Mahomes is the answer to the question. Is hey, whoever I feel like the guy is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I feel like he's the guy, I'm going right. That's what I'm saying. If I feel like he's the guy, he's the guy.
Yeah, defensively, it's all about Spags and what his comfort level is with a particular player.
Right.
And we've seen that over the years is that sometimes if the guy blows a couple assignments, right? Not necessarily gets beat and the guy catches the ball, but just isn't where he was supposed to be, or they make a check and they miss it. Joshua Williams, obviously that happened to him probably on a handful of occasions, and he hasn't sniffed defensive snaps unless the game's over, right? He goes in at the end if the starters come out. So guys like Bassa, guys like Noel Williams. Now, Noel Williams, maybe he's picked it up, right? So he's getting more snaps. But, Gelati, I don't know. Maybe he's missing some checks and doesn't get all the snaps we think he should get. And especially Bassa, because he is so athletic. And his thinking is, okay, am I taking Drew off the field because he can do all these other things? Am I taking Nick Bolton off, who's like his son, so he ain't coming off the field? So
I like Nick.
No freaking way you taking Leo off the field.
He should be playing more, man. And I kind of went back after the bye week, Lou. I said, let me see what Lou is talking about. So I went back and after the bye week, during the bye week, I went to go look at Leo Chanel. I'm like, he need to be used more. It's plain and simple.
Right.
You know what I mean? The kid is out there playing tough on the DN. He's playing and the coverage skills that he playing in the backfield as well. Off the interception he got off Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean? That shows that he can go out there and cover as well, man. He's strong. And, I even seen sometime they put him in and slide him into D tackle too. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, I would say put this kid everywhere, give this more of a shot, you know what I mean, and see where it goes. And
outside of playing corner, he's played just about everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Put him at running back, shoot.
D-line, D-edge, coming off the edge. I'm sure if they did one of these jumbo things, he could certainly come in and play fullback and be the lead blocker. I don't think there's any question he would be good at that. You just don't see this kind of guy very often. Now, maybe he's not going to, get 20 sacks or he's not going to, but you could put him anywhere and he's liable to make a big play and does a lot of the dirty work too that nobody really,
So how mad would you be if they don't sign him next? He'll free agent go somewhere.
I feel stronger about him than I do about Noah. about 50 Shades. Now, 50 Shades, I love him. Again, the usage is never going to be there as long as Travis is on the team, right? I mean, it's just not going to happen. But I think 54, he can do so many different things and do them at a high level. I don't know how he isn't extended. They didn't re-sign him already because it's not going to cost them a ton because he really hasn't, really produced like all these big stats or has all these big highlights. But they know his value just because of the way they use him and the plays that he makes, whether it's stopping the run, rushing the passer, playing the spy, dropping in coverage. That play he made against Mark Andrews. I mean, that alone tells you what kind of athlete he is. So I can't say enough about Leo. I think he's just a hidden gem still in the league.
So let me ask you this, Louis. Do you think Noah Gray is a legit starter in the league? If he was in the league, think he's a
I think he can be. I don't know if he would ever be a really high volume tight end.
Yeah.
But in terms of being able to block, being able to, again, when the ball comes his way, he makes the play. So does that change if the volume goes up? You'd have to say no, because he's got wide receiver skills. I think he was more of a wide receiver at Duke coming out anyway. So I think he could certainly be. Now, is he going to be a top 5 tight end in the league? Maybe not, but I'm sure that, again, in the right offense and the right circumstance, he could be certainly a top 10.
So with that said, guys, we got the Chiefs preview game week against the Broncos. And I feel like this has got to be a must win for the Broncos. That's my feeling. The Chiefs, we must win for the Chiefs when it's all said and done. So, hey, and we got Factor Cap coming up as well. You want to thank Mango for coming in. A happy birthday to him. It's going to be birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday, dude.
Thanks, guys.
If you don't mind asking, what number?
The big 2-3.
Oh my God, you're ancient.
Remember,
you're ancient.
Well, hey, Mango gonna be partying out, man. Enjoy
it, man.
Enjoy your birthday, man. We love you here.
Get
also,
man.
Say get juiced out.
Get juiced out.
With that said, man, we'll see you guys Friday with Factor Cap. I know Lou coming with some bangers. I know you guys gonna be ready for it. So we'll see you guys then.
Peace.